was the challenge in defending the Warriors back, specifically Jimmy getting to the last 16 times?
What stood out the most to you on the court, just about the way the team was playing, kind of first real run through against the experienced team in Golden State that's pretty fluid together? Where do you guys need to get things cleaned up on both ends?
As you guys know that this is, we just started. This is probably the second game we actually played together, everybody. So, we still trying to figure out our rhythm, everybody we should kind of get to know kind of thing, we had a lot of practices, but, we had also in the game, somebody was out, somebody's in. So, especially against the Golden State, they've been playing together for probably 4 or 5 years together, so I think that was the difference, Other than that, I think we did a lot of things that we're supposed to do, and it's a process, we're gonna be better.
This might be along those same lines, but what can get better in the third quarters? Not just preseason, but back to last year as well.
I mean, yeah, we talk about it's been like this probably since I got here too. It's something that we have been problem with the third quarter. Yeah, I think it's a mind thing. We gotta lock in. As a team, we have to be ready to play basketball from the start. Third quarter. It's just. I think as a team we have to lock in. We might have to meet. With the players and then kind of talk before the game or something like that. I mean, before the third quarter or something. So and then we can figure it out.
Rui, what did you make of Luka's night, and how can you guys kind of, obviously he had huge numbers, but how can you guys find pockets to create offense for yourself around him and Austin?
Yeah, he was being very aggressive today. I think with him, he get a lot of attention. So as you guys saw, I had a lot of wide open threes from him, especially. So yeah, those gonna be the season. We're gonna have they're gonna guard whatever it takes. They're gonna do whatever to take to guard him. So we have to be ready. Especially us. Me, Gabe, Vando. Those guys. We always have to be ready to shoot, to make a decision. So yeah, that's going to be very important for us.
To follow up. Is it more than just catch and shoot though? I mean,
catch and shoot is going to be a lot, but also, you guys saw last year, I had a backup too, those, cutting to the rim, those kind of stuff coming, you just can't do it right away, have to kind of figure out the space first, we have a DA, in the paint right now sitting, so, it's a little different than like before. So I got to figure it out, what's the timing, this and that, so yeah, we're going to figure it out,
I know you guys aren't here for moral victories, but when you cut it from 16-6 in the fourth quarter, does that show something to the group that, like, hey, we're going to figure this out no matter what, and even when it looks like pretty bleak, that there's not going to be quitting us?
Yeah, the start of the third quarter, the Warriors, they pushed us, they made a run. And then we made a run too, but we kind of relaxed. We had an easy three, Buddy Hield made like a couple, easy threes, we could have kind of avoid that. So those kind of stuff we have to kind of keep building, once we locked in, we got to keep that, especially the third quarter, fourth quarter, those 1-2 positions are going to be very important. So yeah, we just got to keep building it and just, focus on those kind of stuff.
Hey, Rui, this is not just for you individually, just the team. Like, the Lakers have been pretty good at defending without fouling over the years. What do you feel after being out there tonight was the challenge in defending the Warriors back, specifically Jimmy getting to the last 16 times?
Yeah, I mean, we talk about before the game, we want to be physical, and then we said that during the game too, Jimmy going to try to look for the foul, he's not really trying to score, so we knew it, but it's just hard for him, he knows exactly the angles and how, those, the defender's arms, what positions, so it's hard to guard him, but we gotta be, be careful with that. But yeah, it's those kind of stuff, some nights it's like that, so we gotta watch film, and as a team we have to lock in.
Last one, English.
Rui, I think Luka was 13 for 14 in the paint. Just what have you noticed from him kind of relative to last year as he's gotten in this kind of condition, and how does that play out on the court for you when you watch him?
Yeah, I think for tonight, especially against the Warriors, they're a small team. We talk about the paint's going to be almost open. No shot blocker almost. So we talk about that. So yeah, he was trying to see that the pains. And then once they won, then we have to, something like me, I have to be ready for the, the shots and the stuff. So yeah, he did what exactly we supposed to do.
Japanese.
お疲れ様です。今日、水は3本決めてましたけれども、なんかオフェンスに絡めてない時間帯っていうのがあったんですけれども、あれは、ディフェンスの守り方とかそういったことで、ディフェンスを引きつけてるってことで、仕方ないところなのか、それとももっとなんか絡めてない時間帯に自分でできることがなんかあったと思いますか。
そうですね、リーグでもずっとやってきてる中で、相手のチームからも、そういうこっちの単語でいうレーザーって言われてて、シュートを打たせられないようにスリーポイントが得意な選手だって言われてるので、そういうところで相手はそれを見てやってたんじゃないかなと思うので、そこが僕がボール持ってなかった時が大きかった理由じゃないかなと思います。
そのボールを持つ機会だとかシュートを打つ機会こそ少なかったんですけれども、キーとなるポイントでしっかり決めたことに関してはどのように思っていらっしゃいますか。
そうですね、僕はそういうのが得意なとこ、部分があるので、そこは自分でもいつも意識してますし、そういう流れを変えれるようなそういうシュートを決めたりとかプレーができるようにいつも心がけてます。
お疲れ様でした。チーム全体としてはやはり3クォーターの入りの序盤の方だったと思うんですけど、ああいう苦しい場面で改めてご自身、コートにいるときいないときでもチームの中での役割だったりとか、改めてこのシーズンどういうふうに向き合っていきたいなと思いますか。
そうですね、そういう流れを変える、僕がそういうオフェンスでもディフェンスでもプレーをしてできるってことが大事だと思うので、そこがチームのいつも言われてるエクスファクターのあれだと思うので、自分でもしっかりとそれを意識してやっていきたいなと思います。
Thank you.